The papers are spread across my mahogany desk at 23 Wall Street, and I'm about to create the first billion-dollar company in American history. Andrew Carnegie's entire steel empire is about to become part of my new mega corporation, U.S. Steel, forcing these companies to stop their petty competition and work together under my control. That's the assignment, and I'm about to ace it. My name is Pierpont Morgan, and this is the AP US History My Story podcast. So Carnegie came to me wanting out of the steel business. The man was ready to retire and do his whole philanthropy thing. I asked him to name his price, and when he said $480 million, I didn't even blink. Sold, bruh. What I'm doing today is creating a whole new vibe for American business. I'm taking like 10 companies and smooshing them together into one massive corporation worth $1.4 billion. Here in 1901, that's more frigging money than the entire federal government's annual budget, bestie. And here's the fun fact. I don't even know that much about making steel, but I do know how to control the boards, eliminate wasteful competition, and make the whole system efficient. The way I see it, competition is low-key overrated. Why have 10 companies fighting each other to death when you can have one well-organized trust that actually makes money? I've already done this with railroads. They call it Morganization, and yeah, it slaps. Same energy with General Electric, same with AT&T. I'm not here to play small ball. Now, I already know what people are saying. They're calling me a robber baron with too much power, that I'm creating these massive monopolies that exploit workers and consumers. And they're kind of right. The workers in these steel mills are putting in 12-hour days in horrible conditions while I'm making millions and living my NYC lifestyle. But without my consolidation approach, the individual companies would probably destroy each other and everybody would lose their jobs anyway. Of course, the government is totally sus about what I'm doing. Trustbuster Theodore Roosevelt is in the White House starting to enforce the Sherman Antitrust Act from 1890. But when the government needs money, who do they come to? Me. During the Panic of 1893, the federal government was so broke they couldn't pay their bills in gold, so I organized a syndicate to loan them $62 million. Then, in 1907, the whole banking system almost collapses. Guess who saved the economy again? This guy. They literally depended me to be the unofficial central bank of the United States. You're welcome, America. The AP US History learning objective here is understanding how industrial capitalism changed America between 1865 and 1898, and I'm the main character of that transformation. The growth of big business, the rise of finance capitalism, the whole Gilded Age aesthetic, that's my era. But it's also understanding the backlash. The progressive movement, the labor unions, and the reformers are all standing up to me and big business. When I die in 1913, people were shook to discover that I was only worth about 80 million. They thought I had hundreds of millions. My art collection that I donated to the Metropolitan Museum of Art that I founded was worth way more. And my name is still in the door of 5,000 JP Morgan Chase banks across the USA. That's more locations than every Chipotle and Crumble cookie combined. But my real legacy was the system I created. Every mega merger, every private equity firm, every investment bank that reorganizes companies, they're all following my playbook. Accumulate capital, eliminate inefficiency, and create order from chaos. I didn't just win the Gilded Age, I literally designed the game. Like, follow, and share the AP US History My Story podcast, because these stories hit different when you hear the original voices that shaped our country.